Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Make sure y'all subscribe. Back with my post-fight video on Juliana Velasquez versus Bruna Ellen. This was on the Bellator 236 card last night. Yeah, man, and just gotta say this was another solid flyweight fight, man. These ladies, they really putting it down, man. Shout out to all of these ladies in this division. But on Saturday night, Juliana Velasquez, she came out the victor in this one. Solid 3-round sweep. It was just really exciting watching her fight. It was one of those technical, like I say, technical ass whoopings. I tell people that whenever you got a fighter that can just kind of step back, see the big picture, and control the fighter with just subtle movements and just subtle attacks. Just like these subtle movements and these short bursts of attacks that just make a fighter expend more energy. Juliana Velasquez, she was just able to do that all 3 rounds in this fight. Just going back, looking right at the first round right away, you could definitely see the height and size distance, the height and size difference in this fight. And that's why I kind of felt sorry for Bruna Ellen in this fight, man. She was looking like an atom weight, man, or a straw weight compared to Juliana, because Juliana was just like the taller, longer fighter, and she was fighting so tall. She definitely uses her height, and what Bruna Ellen had to do in this fight, what she felt like she had to do to kind of avoid, the hard pressure. Well, what she was trying to do was use these angles. She was using a lot of movement trying to find a way in. But it was kind of similar to the Cynthia Calvillo fight and Marina Rodriguez. The way, Cynthia was trying to move and use feints to get on the inside, but Juliana was like keeping a good distance, where she could see everything. She was keeping this good distance and good range, where at the same time she was keeping a good amount of pressure on Ellen. So Bruna Ellen had to kind of constantly move. She had to constantly move and look for a counter, but at the same time she could never really get settled, because she was worried about the attack of Juliana. And every time Juliana would kind of slow down, every time Bruna Ellen would slow down, Juliana would ping her with a good straight left hand. And first left hand, matter of fact, the first left hand she hit her with, she dropped Ellen flat on her back, and I almost thought she was out. I thought she was going to get finished off, but she was able to defend from that ground attack, and Juliana, didn't take full advantage, and she let Ellen back up. And when Ellen was back up, she was trying to use that check kick to open up some strikes up top, but like I said, that pressure from Juliana, it just kept Bruna honest, for real. It kept her honest, and was really making it hard for her to even come in angles, because Juliana was just using that good distance where she could see wherever she came in, whether it was straight in or from the side. So Ellen really wasn't able to land too many strikes, but I feel like she did outland her a little bit with the check kicks, and Juliana's big moment really just came from keeping that pressure on her and making her wear herself down, which is effective, and that's like octagon generalship or ring generalship, whatever you want to call it. But she definitely landed more efficient strikes in the round and finished a good technical round for Juliana. So she definitely took that first round. But second round, Bruna, she was using a lot of movement, man. She was using a lot of movement and feints again, but really wasn't getting the reaction out of Juliana like she wanted to. So Bruna was trying to throw these strikes, and at the same time trying to respect the power of Juliana. And when you do that, that kind of cheats you out of an attack, out of an offense. So every time she would like step in, she would kind of shorten her punches and be quick to jump out, because it was, like I said, she was more concerned about, getting hit. And Juliana was just using that timing perfectly. Every time Bruna would stop moving, that's whenever she would land that hard jab and, a hard straight left hand, and just continue to walk Bruna down even in this round. And these hard single shots, they're effective because, every time Bruna moves around, she's already expending energy. She's expending a lot of energy moving around. So by the time she stops to catch her breath, that's whenever Juliana times her and hits her with a couple hard shots, and takes more energy out of her. So Juliana definitely took another round. She took this round easier, and really didn't come on strong until like the last 20 seconds with several more strikes. And a good flying knee that definitely, started putting some damage on the left eye of Bruna Ellen. But last round, again, Juliana fighting at this good pace that, I like this pace. I like whenever a fighter can fight at this pace, but at the same time, make their opponent just expend all this energy. You know what I mean? Like, she's just coming forward, you know, like I said, with these subtle movements, not even like pressuring her like a full-on brawler, but she's just like coming forward and always, you know, always poised to strike. And that's what kind of intimidates another opponent, kind of like it was doing Bruna Ellen. You know, Bruna Ellen was kind of intimidated by how she's always set to strike. So Bruna Ellen's trying to be quick. You know, she's trying to be quick to tap and, you know, throw that overhand right and duck out, that she's not even looking where she's throwing. You know, she's so keen to get out that she's not really making these shots accurate. So, you know, Juliana's just like, okay, this is how she's fighting. So all I got to do is watch her, you know, watch her couple of movements. And then whenever she stops, bam, you know, I'm hitting her with a straight left down the pipe. You know, I'm 1-2 her, which she was doing in this last round against the cage. You know, every time she stopped, 1-2, 1-2, just hitting her straight, you know, straight in the face. And towards the end of the round, she was really just getting pieced up. Bruna was just really getting pieced up with some easy shots. And Juliana was just having a field day at this point with that left hand. You know, she was walking straight into the left hand. And even whenever she started stepping to her left, you know, Bruna was on the cage. So Juliana was just firing off the left hand and just swelling up her eye with the right jab. And finally, man, in like that last 20 seconds, Juliana just finished the round real strong. You know, she just let everything go in the clinch with a flurry of strikes and elbows, just beating the hell out of Bruna in this last round. But for real, man, it was a good, solid technical performance by Juliana Velasquez. Clear sweep, all 3 rounds, just like the last fight. Juliana Velasquez, she's undefeated for a reason right now. You know, she's definitely undefeated for a reason, man, because this style that she uses is very effective. You know, fighting at a good distance, but using controlled pressure. You know, not no wild punch or pressure, but, you know, fighting at a good distance where you can see everything. You know, like I said, you can see the big picture. And she was using this well against Bruna Ellen, you know, who was the shorter fighter. But this fight here is probably going to earn her that title shot, you know, against Aleia McFarland. And I think she'll give McFarland a run for her money. You know, she's definitely going to give McFarland a tough fight because, you know, she's a hard hitter. You know, in that southpaw stance, she has a pretty strong left hand and a good right jab, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Bruna Ellen. You know, she stayed in there for 3 rounds. You know, she took the punishment and just stayed in this fight. You know, she could have went down that first round. She could have, you know, quit even with the swelling in the eye and the bloody face. But you know, she stayed in there. So, yeah, again, shout out to both ladies. Definitely shout out to Juliana, the winner. I want to see her move on to a title shot. But let me know in the comment section, guys, what you thought of the fight. And let me know what you want to see Juliana do next. Is she ready for that title shot or not? But, yeah, man, I'll be back with my post-fight video on the main event between Aleia McFarland and Kate Jackson. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.